Are you open to providing aid to California without any conditions at all?
I think we've got to have a serious conversation about that. Obviously, there's been water resource mismanagement, forest management mistakes, all sorts of problems. And it does come down to leadership, and it appears to us that state and local leaders were derelict in their duty in many respects. So that's something that has to be factored in. I think there should probably be conditions on that aid.
What about the debt limit increase? What about tying the debt limit increase to it?
There's some discussion about that, but we'll see where it goes.
As you just heard today, House Speaker Mike Johnson told reporters that federal aid, any federal aid to the state of California in response to the devastating wildfires that the state has suffered should probably come with some strings attached. Now, he's not the only Republican lawmaker who's making this argument. In fact, let's watch in order of appearance. Senator John Barrasso, who's the Senate Majority Whip, Senator Ron Johnson, Representative Ronnie Jackson, Representative Zach Nunn, and Congressman Warren Davidson make similar arguments.
Do you expect, though, that Congress and Republicans will still help these Americans in need, even if they don't like their local politics and the party?
I expect that there will be strings attached to money that is ultimately approved, and it has to do with being ready the next time, because this was a gross failure this time.
I certainly wouldn't vote for anything unless we see dramatic change in how they're going to be handling these things in the future.
It's going to have to be in conjunction with some reforms that California hasn't been willing to make on the way they regulate their water and things of that nature, their forest management, all these other things, the things that led to the fire. We can't just dump money into a broken system.
We will certainly help those thousands of homes and families who have been devastated, but we also expect you to change bad behavior. We should look at the same for these blue states who have run away with a broken tax policy. We want to be able to help out our colleagues in New York, California, New Jersey, but we also want those governors need to change their tune now.
If they want the money, then there should be consequences where they have to change their policies. We support the people that are plagued by disaster, but we have to put pressure on the California government to change course here.
Senator, why should other states be bailing out California for choosing the wrong people to run their state?
We shouldn't be. They got 40 million people in that state, and they voting these imbeciles in office. If you go to California, you run into a lot of Republicans, a lot of good people, and I hate it for them. But they are just overwhelmed by these inner city woke policies with the people that vote for them, I don't mind sending them some money, but unless they show that they're going to change their ways, they don't deserve anything, to be honest with you, unless they show us they're going to make some changes, Chris.
The last individual you heard from was Tuberville. And look, the whole woke argument is driving me insane because the woke issue is not an issue here. There was a lot of attacks toward the fire chief, Kristen Crowley. She's a fantastic fire chief. And in fact, the firefighters have done an amazing job considering the limited resources they have. They have put their lives on the line to protect human beings, to protect businesses, homes. This is not about, it's the fire department is too woke. But I do think that some of these Republican lawmakers are making good points about the mismanagement of our water, the mismanagement of our infrastructure, the mismanagement in fire preparedness. I do not agree with withholding money from any state that is suffering from a natural disaster or tragedy like what California is currently undergoing, because ultimately the people who are harmed are ordinary citizens who should not be used for political fodder, should not be used as pawns. But at the same time, and by the way, I mean, if you do this, get ready. It opens a Pandora's box for every situation in which a state is victimized by a natural disaster, getting caught up in a ridiculous political debate when people need relief immediately. But Cenk, you have to acknowledge that there's a lot of mismanagement of funds, especially in the state of California. There is. It's true.
No, Anna, hold on. So first off, yes, there's tons of mismanagement, but no, I do not agree to this. I'm actually furious about it. So, okay, Tommy Tuberville talking about imbeciles. You kidding me? One of the biggest imbecile in Congress. And he comes from the state of Alabama. Next time there's a natural disaster in Alabama, I'm going to talk about how every moron Republican mayor and governor and senator in Alabama doesn't deserve any money until they fix how stupid they are. Okay, so look, don't come telling us about how you are so much better and you're not going to give us relief after the blue states have contributed to the red states every single time, and we never question their utter imbeciles in charge in those states. But now all of a sudden they're like, no, when it comes to California, we don't want to pay because they're jerks. They're selfish pricks. And they're like, when it's me, I deserve all the money. But if it's a blue state, oh, no way. Unless you elect Republicans, we're going to withhold the money. No, hell no, hell no. And this is a terrible precedent because if this happens, then every time there's a Republican president, the blue states are not going to get any help at all, whether they burn to the ground or not. And if the Democrats have any sense, if they win, then they're going to say to the red states, all right, that's it. You guys made a mistake. You elected the wrong people with a bunch of dumbass Republican politicians. Now you're not getting any money. If you drown in the South because of the hurricanes, your goddamn problem, not my problem. All right, let's talk about the moron Greg Abbott in Texas. Are we talking about that? He let his citizens freeze to death. Why? As always, same reason as California, to protect his donors. Because all those electric companies and those utilities had donated to Governor Abbott. So what, we should have let those people freeze to death? Because Abbott's a crook and he's an imbecile? No, we go help American citizens where they are. This kind of talk will lead to civil war politically, where we will just divide into blue states and red states. We have been incredibly honest about how incompetent Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom has been in this regard. If they do this, they're going to force everyone back into their partisan camps, and then next time there's any kind of natural disaster in a red state, we're all going to have to now find out all the things that every single elected Republican in that state did wrong. Sorry, we're not giving you money. Sorry, don't care that you froze to death or you drowned or you burned to death because I'm playing politics over here. No, avoiding responsibility by saying you're politicizing it is gross. I hate it, and I've come out against it. But then if you're going to actually politicize it and go, no, I'm not going to give to you because you voted for the wrong people, then you're at fault. The Republicans are 100% at fault here for politicizing this in a disgusting way. And let's be honest, they don't want to give us the money because they are selfish pricks. And if it's their precious ass, no, give me the money, give me the money. You better not do it. Red states are so precious. They're the real Americans. They're the real Americans. You better give us the money, okay? And now, when California needs it, I don't want to give it to you. Okay, duly effing noted.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.